Have some team news, please, Steffen, to begin.
Everyone is fit at the moment. Only Sandro and Yunus Kabul are not involved at the moment, are long-term injuries. That's it at the moment.
How much of a priority is the FA Cup for Tottenham this season? I mean, it's obviously a very prestigious competition, but the top four is so important and it can sometimes prove a distraction.
I know you have to ask that question every round, but we take it seriously. The FA Cup is one of the biggest cups in the world, and we do that for every game.
But it does add to your schedule, though, doesn't it? I mean, you know, you could play, if you were going to get to the final, you're probably looking at another 5 more games on top of what's already a busy schedule.
But it's a part of every season. The FA Cup is massive for Tottenham Hotspur. We won it 8 times, and we like to do it again.
You're playing Leeds United, obviously. You'll remember from your playing days that Leeds United were a very powerful club.
Yeah.
Are you surprised that they've been outside the Premier League and even as far down as the 3rd tier for 8.5 years now?
Yes, of course. I'm surprised because at my time here as a player, we had always difficult games at Ellen Road. Really strong team. They finished in the semi-final in the Champions League. And yeah, they are not in the Premiership at the moment, and that's why it's a surprise for me. But still, they have a really strong squad. They beat Southampton and Everton in the League Cup this season. They lost only 3 games at home so far and 9 wins. That's why, 9 wins at home from 14. That's will be a difficult game for us.
What are your memories of playing against him? Because I think you played in the 5th round tie in '99 when Ginola scored in that 2-0 win, which is, you know, good game over 2 matches.
Yes, we draw at Ellen Road 1-1. Tim Sherwood scored. And then we beat them at home 2-0. And it was a really strong side to play against at that time. And can't wait to go there again.
I'm going to ask you about ball boys. Obviously, they've been very much a talking point over the last couple of days. But it's a debate that seems to have divided the nation. Some people look at the ball boy and seeing him being his fault. Other people blame the player. Where do you stand?
Normally, I don't like to be involved in that conversation. I think the most important is that Swansea is in the final, playing Wembley now. And the king of the ball boys is back. And it's funny to watch, but I think it was a really good football game. And Swansea is the biggest surprise in the League Cup so far with Bradford, of course, and there will be a massive game at Wembley.
Is it understandable sometimes that players, we see it every few years, don't we? Players kind of just explode a little bit and maybe go over the top. Is that just to be expected as part of sport?
I think that's a part of football. That's why we are here. We talk about everything. I think for me it's more important to come back to football now because it was the semi-final of the League Cup and Swansea beat in 2 games Chelsea. 2 clean sheets, played really well, and Chelsea is out of the League Cup now.
Can you just update us on the transfer situation if you possibly can? Lewis Holtby, we understand a 2nd bid has gone in. Could you update us with the status of that?
No, I can't give you an update. I'm not involved in the negotiations about new players. And at the moment he will be here in the summer.
And how about Livermore as well? Do you think he'll be allowed to go out on loan?
Again, I'm not involved in the negotiation. I don't know.
Just finally from me, Arsene Wenger said this morning that he thinks clubs in the transfer window should possibly be restricted to the number of deals they can do. Do you agree with that, or do you think that clubs should be allowed to do whatever they want?
It's Arsene Wenger's opinion. I don't like to be involved in that.